Coming up, a new desalination facility is making its way to the RGV.
Desalination is your only drought-proof source of water.
Plus, on KVAQ Sports, a semester recap on the Vaquero teams and their season so far.
And is your fashion sustaining the environment?
KVAQ-TV starts now.
Good morning, Vaqueros. I'm Dathan Dervino.
And I'm Perla Cortez. Today is Monday, May 4th, and this is the 15th and final spring edition of KVAQ-TV.
Let's start today's newscast with our top story.
A U.S. desalination company is creating a facility within South Padre Island, aiming to combat the Rio Grande Valley's drought issue. Multimedia journalist Ian Juarez with the story.
So for us to have a reliable source of water, regardless of its price, it's a plus.
In an April 23rd news release, partners IDE Technologies and U.S. Desalination announced the creation of RGV Desal. The news release describes RGV Desal as a joint venture meant to, quote, design, develop, finance, and operate a new desalination facility. Board member and regulatory counsel at the U.S. desalination team for the RGV Desal, Douglas Allison, says a water desalination plant pumps seawater at high pressures, later passing through a purification process called reverse osmosis, producing fresh drinking water. He says because of the drought levels in the valley, surface water is no longer reliable, therefore creating the need for a facility to make drinking water.
Historically, we have always been relying upon surface water, but with the demands that we have today, that's just not enough and has proven and is proving to not be enough. Desalination is your only drought-proof source of water.
Although the facility will be in Cameron County, Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez agrees the valley has a problem with the availability of water, and the desalination plant will be extremely beneficial for everyone.
So it has impacted agricultural more than municipalities. I think predictably there's enough municipal water available to handle the municipal needs here in the Rio Grande Valley. So the concern is a very high alert concern that our farmers do not have a reliable source of water for them.
Cortez says the valley needs to improve its water availability in order to grow, stating how water is a key industry for economic development and how the plant is extremely positive for the valley.
We're right in the middle of three huge economies, the United States, Mexico, and Texas. We have mobility with road construction, and we have really a young workforce. So I think we have the ingredients of a lot of things that industry is looking for.
Allison says the location of the facility will be outside South Padre Island city limits, but will not affect plant or animal life in the Gulf. The estimated time of completion will be within 3 to 5 years. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburg, Ian Juarez.
A UTRGV staff member is pushing to bring color to the Edinburg campus. The project is currently in talks and pending updates from the SGA executive members and the Fine Arts Dean to push its agenda for approval.
So I've had this idea for probably 6+ years now.
UTRGV custodian Jeffrey Oden is the man behind the initiative. His proposal, the Beautification Project, aims to bring more color to the Edinburg campus by adding decorative tiles, a mural, and a renovation to the seating areas near the fountain by the University Center. With support from his colleagues and a petition with more than 30 signatures, Oden reached out to the SGA executive members for input back in January in hopes of sparking the initiative for the campus.
So I spoke with the president of the SGA, and immediately he thought it was a fantastic idea. And he basically just said right away, yeah, let's definitely support this and promote it. And he actually said that they were going to speak with the dean of the Fine Arts Department about actually creating a concept, mural design.
Oden shares the inspiration came from input of staff and students who talked about the designs and decorations on the Brownsville campus influenced by Mexican and Spanish styles. He says if the beautification project begins, it can bring not only more color to the Edinburg campus, but create a positive impact for the community.
They always rave about how lovely it is to be there. But you go around our campus and it's just, there's not really a lot of color, there's not a lot of visual impacting, imagery. And I just feel that if this circle were to be modified to include that, it would really just have a very positive impact on the community.
Odin says the SGA had reached out to the College of Fine Arts Dean, who agreed with the proposal to create concepts for a mural design, with the SGA Vice President of Internal Affairs steering the project. Although he says the project has advanced into the hands of a UTRGV department that handles construction, he says he has not heard any recent updates in weeks. A few images were shared with KVAQ-TV by Odin demonstrating a concept of how he proposed designs for the fountain area. He admits the images were created with AI for concept purposes, but says he would like for fine arts students to partake in the project and create designs for the area.
Primarily, if you look around this campus, there's not a lot of color. Personally, I would love to see actual students of the fine arts department just go wild and create just all kinds of fantastic, bright, colorful imagery pertaining to iconic images of the university.
KVAQ-TV reached out to the SGA executive members, but no interview could be scheduled and no statements have been sent. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburg, Perla Cortez. As the semester comes to a close, we'd like to take you back and recap how the different UTRGV Vaquero teams did within these past 4 months.
For the final time, here's Jasmine Espinosa with this week's edition of KVAQ Sports.
Hello Vaqueros, welcome to the final KVAQ Sports for this spring semester. As of today, 3 UTRGV athletics teams have won the Southland Conference Championship this semester. Some teams such as women's swimming and diving have already wrapped up their seasons earlier this semester. But for teams such as baseball, golf, tennis, and track and field, their seasons will continue into May or June. Let's take a look at how these seasons have gone so far and how some of them have already concluded. Rolling down the fairway, the women's golf team will play in the NCAA Regionals at the Seminole Legacy Golf Club in Tallahassee, Florida from May 11th through the 13th. The team is one of 3 in this semester so far to win the Southland Conference Championship. Under the guidance of Associate Head Coach Puthira Hanruti and Director of Golf Houston Moore, the Vaqueros earned its second win in the conference mid-April. According to UTRGV Athletics, the women's golf team finished with a program record of 3 rounds, scoring 868, marking the second lowest total score in the Southland Conference Championship history. On the other side of the green, men's golf looks towards its NCAA Regionals later this month starting on the 18th. The program secured its first ever Southland Conference Championship at the Comanche Trace last month. According to UTRGV Athletics, men's golf earned its first ever Southland Conference Championship with an even par of 288. Looking at baseball, as of the recording of this broadcast, the Vaqueros hold an overall score of 21-25. The team's next game will be against Abilene Christian University on Tuesday. The Vaqueros will also have another 3-game series against Tarleton State University starting on Friday. Last season, the team finished strong with a 36-18 record. On the other side of the court, men's tennis fell with a score of 4-1 against the University of New Orleans, ending the Southland Conference tournament with an overall score of 10-15, a step up from last year's score of 7-17. The men and women's track and field is set to travel north to Nacogdoches as they will be competing in the Southland Conference Outdoor Championships. This past week, Lazare Bethany won the women's triple jump event at the Cameron Burrell Invitational in Houston, obtaining the 5th best score in the program history of 12.52 meters. As I prepare to take the next step in my journey as a senior of class of 2026, it has been a pleasure serving as your sports reporter. This is all I had for you today on KVAQ Sports. Best of luck, Vaqueros, and have an amazing summer. Back to you, Dathan and Pearl.
2 of the most vital departments to the campus student experience celebrated a 10-year-long career with 2 huge celebrations on both UTRGV campuses. Victor Ortega takes us through the party.
I'm here behind the scenes at the 10-year celebration event in Bronzeville. Here, the students could enjoy a special musical guest, along with games, food, and snacks.
Celebrating a decade of student activities, and the Student Union was at the heart of last week's 10-year celebration events. On the Bronzeville campus, its library lawn became a stage for rides such as the Cyclone and Tilt-A-Whirl, alongside complimentary food items including hot dogs, ice creams, and sodas. The Edinburg campus's parking lot E16 also saw huge carnival rides and games where Vaqueros could win prizes at the shooting gallery, ring toss, and derby race. Unique to Bronzeville was a performance by artist Michael Williams, who was introduced to the student crowd as a top 20 finalist from American Idol's 21st season.
And it's an honor to be able to perform for that and be able to, enjoy the celebration with everyone and be a small part of, everything great that the campus does.
Participants sang along to covers of hits from Bruno Mars and Benson Boone, alongside unreleased songs by Williams. Some attendees launched themselves into the barricade at the sight of free shirts being given out. On the opposite campus, Edinburgh students experienced a performance by the band SM6 and DJ Mac, where crowds jumped and waved inflatable bats and props through the night. Criminal justice sophomore Josh Nidler enjoyed the performance alongside the set by another musical guest, DJ Novax.
The music is great. It's really loud. It really helps the atmosphere. I got some good food. I got to go with the DJ. Play with him, and then I won a few prizes with the basketball.
Although student activities and the student union were the departments being celebrated, both staff and students from the programs were hard at work. Program Coordinator for Leadership and Civic Engagement, Brandon Sanchez, who emceed the event, highlights the importance of the departments to the campus atmosphere.
They bring all the fun and all the energy to our Vaquero experience. They make sure that our students have a good time while they're here on campus and have everlasting memories.
Vaqueros can look forward to the Wrangler taking place in the week of May 4th in both Bronzeville and Edinburg. For KVAQ-TV in Bronzeville, Victor Ortega.
As the semester comes to an end and summer moves closer, freedom can often turn into boredom. Beyond your usual plans, there's an entire world of overlooked activities that can make your break anything but boring. Multimedia journalist Samara Flores with the story.
Oh, hey, Dayton and Pearl. As the spring semester comes to an end, I'm here to tell Vaqueros that the fun never truly stops. Here are some spots to visit over the summer with friends or by yourself to make sure boredom stays away. Exploring new hobbies, educating yourself on local history, and immersing yourself in the Rio Grande Valley culture is a great way to keep yourself entertained this summer. The Museum of South Texas History, located on the corner of Klausner Boulevard and West McIntyre Street in Edinburg, is a hidden gem welcoming students of all ages to learn about Valley history. Curator of exhibits and collections for the Museum of South Texas History, Jenna Bautista, says the museum's value is derived from the history it provides on the region.
We have the history of the Rio Grande Valley in northeastern Mexico, so I do think we're pretty special. We do have a handful of children's activities and interactive, so as you go through the exhibit, you can experience that. And we do have a new exhibit on educational history, so if anybody's curious, they can check that out. It'll only be open for a few months.
Students visiting the museum are offered a student discount by presenting their university ID at the front desk, allowing them to enjoy countless exhibits for about half the price. General admission for the public is free Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., so individuals can fulfill their curiosity of the museum without having to pay. On the other hand, summer activities don't always have to be educational. Sometimes reading a comic or picking up a new hobby is more than enough to turn downtime into fun time. Owner of Myth Adventures, Kali Martinez, says this local comic book shop and game store truly has something for everyone.
I think there's really something for everybody here, whether you're like a casual player or a casual collector, like whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. Like if you want to look at comics by yourself, you're welcome here. If you want to play in a community, we have like probably 10 different gaming communities at any given time.
Open to all types of students and community members, the store encourages individuals to venture out and try new hobbies and games, as well as bringing their own interests to the store.
It's pretty laid back, I would say, because we have an open table policy, so pretty much anybody can come and play whatever game they have at home, or we have games available here for them to play.
Having new experiences, creating new memories, or simply enjoying your hobbies in a welcoming space allows for individuals to meet new people with similar interests and have a good time overall. Event coordinator for Myth Adventures, Nora Cardin, says this space offers individuals a place to not only meet with friends, but make new ones at that.
It's a good spot to come in and meet with everyone, or meet with your friends, or meet with the people who do similar hobbies to you, or you want to try something out new. There's always plenty of space and plenty of room, and everyone here is very friendly, very accepting. They're happy to teach. They're happy to get you into whatever hobby that they're into. It's a good atmosphere here, definitely.
Don't let your freedom turn into boredom, Vaqueros. Enjoy your summer to the fullest. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburg, Samara Flores.
Can thrifting and vintage culture be a way to reduce environmental waste caused by fast fashion. Jose Rodriguez with the story.
According to Earth.org, fast fashion's environmental impact causes greenhouse gas emissions and uses massive amounts of water and energy. I spoke with the owner of one thrift store in the valley to talk about sustainable clothing and fashion.
Vintage, it's like, everybody does their own curation and, it's quality goods.
Fast fashion is a business model defined by the rapid production of clothing that is designed to follow the latest fashion trends to sell at a low cost. According to Earth.org, the fashion industry requires around 700 gallons for the production of one cotton shirt and 2,000 gallons for one pair of jeans. Reminisce Vintage owner Jason Munoz says that fast fashion allows a lot of microtrends that copies a lot of vintage fashion, but does not hold the same value and material as vintage clothes.
I know that these garments do last a lot longer. So that's really the thing that I care about most is the quality. And yeah, of course, all the other stuff that comes with the big factories that we're against fast fashion. We just take pride in the quality of goods that we do get.
Thrifting locations such as Goodwill explore secondhand clothing as a fashion statement and create a culture of sustainable fashion. According to the University of Colorado Boulder, thrifting reduces the volume of clothing that is sent to landfills and decreases the chemical pollution of pesticides that is used during the production process of clothing material, such as cotton. Biology junior Cavalli Gano goes to thrift stores at least once a week with his friends and does not like the waste that is produced out of fast fashion when a trend is over. Gano added that he did buy products from fast fashion, but quickly realized that he found better clothing at thrift and vintage stores that fit his style.
I feel like thrift stores, there's more of a variety and stuff, and then you can find something like a gem, they would say, and not that many people would wear it. And so if you find an interest in that t-shirt or piece of clothing you have that other stores don't supply, then it makes you unique or stand out like that.
Munoz says that shopping vintage is something that allows you to rework a piece of clothing to express your style and reduce waste. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburg, Jose Rodriguez.
Thank you, Jose. Before the end of our newscast, I would like to recognize our graduating seniors who won't be joining us for the fall semester. Our sports multimedia journalist, Jasmine Espinosa, multimedia journalist, Jose Rodriguez, and my co-anchor, Perla Cortez.
It has been the greatest honor to be a part of student media and serve as the assistant news director and anchor for KVAQ-TV. I will miss you guys.
And we'll miss you too, Pearl. It has truly been an honor to work beside you for the past 2 years.
Thank you, Dathan. And thank you for watching, Vaqueros. Make sure to watch our next newscast when it returns in the fall semester.
For KVAQ-TV, I'm Dathan Tervino.
And for the final time, this is Perla Cortez signing off.
Visa, Vaqueros.